Hey there, welcome to Herman Haven. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jackie. We're so excited to invite you into our safe space. Hermit Haven is like a cozy little hideout where we get to celebrate being confident in ourselves as we find happiness in quiet moments.
So grab your favorite blanket and your favorite drink, and let's dive into today's episode.
Hi, I'm Jackie. Welcome back to Hermit Haven.
Hi, I'm Ashley. We're so excited to have you this week. We are going to chat about what a rich life is. And I'm so excited about this episode because I feel like when people think of a rich life, they think about like money and they think about these kind of things. But we want to talk more about, the typical like, I don't know, like what a rich life entitles, like the differences, like our stories are going to be different, what we see as a rich life, but it's not always money.
Yeah, it's funny because I think this is one of the first episodes that we thought of, right? This was one of the first ones we thought of. And I don't know if I know everyone's TikTok algorithm is so different, but this has been a trend recently on my TikTok. And I'm like, well, that's so funny because we're doing a podcast all about it. And everyone's talking about, a rich life, and none of them have money on there. It's all like their family and just whatever, just different things that they view as like what creates a rich life. And so we just really wanted to chat about what we think, creates a rich life for us. And I was telling Ashley right before we started recording that there was actually a story that went so perfectly with the episode. So I wanted to quickly share it. I was talking to my sister earlier, and yesterday was Thanksgiving, and we were just talking about like the chaos of our houses and the state of our homes. She has a daughter, and I have two children, and so there's always chaos around and clutter. And so she was like showing me like her kitchen and her living room and all the stuff everywhere, right? And I was like, "You are just so blessed to have all this stuff." And she stops and she's like, I guess that's one way to look at it. And, sometimes we just need that reminder of like, there's so much chaos and so much going on or mess, which can really set us moms off sometimes. But it's because we live such a rich life that we get to have that mess or that chaos. And so that's just kind of like one of the examples of what we're going to kind of chat about today, right?
And I think like too, like I love that example because like you said, some people will look at like your house and just see like a huge mess and be like, all the things you have in there is there. And like some people don't have those things.
Yeah. And sometimes it's taking the time to, organize your home so that, it's easier to clean up the chaos. It's going to happen. Like there's just no way to stop it. You have little kids. Right now my table has markers and coloring things all over it. But I have taken the time to set a place for those things so it's easier to clean it up, and that can be part of a rich life too. For me, is having a space for things so that I can clean up the clutter and the chaos. It's just like little tiny things that kind of play into the rich life.
No, I'm saying here like not wanting to do the dishes, but I feel so rich that I have dishes to do because that means we got to eat a meal and we got to like literally enjoy each other's company.
Yeah. I literally think about that every single time that my sink is overflowing with dishes. I'm like, I'm just so grateful, even if I don't exactly feel it in the moment. I'm like, I'm just so grateful that I have all these dishes because our family got to have memories at the table and so much yummy food. And so, yeah, so funny.
Love it. Well, I think we're gonna go back and forth of kind of saying like examples of what we see as a rich life because we obviously have different riches and different lives, but some of them do kind of similar, some of them are a little different. We're just going to go back and forth. I'll go first, I'll start it, and then Jackie will follow up with hers. So to be surrounded by people who like lift me up, cheer me on, and then like living life where I'm happy and like content. Like I feel like that is a rich life. Just like those moments, like I don't know. I think it's so important to be like surrounded by like sunshine and be sunshine.
Yeah. And kind of going on with that, to be surrounded by people. I love being home, like very much a homebody. But I feel like didn't always used to be that way. I would be at the point where I like was so anxious that I'd want to get out. Like I'd want to get out and want to go places. And the fact that I can feel so content even when I might have some anxiety at my house, that is rich. Like that, I mean, having a house is also rich, but like being able to be here and love, my home. And it's not like I have a super fancy house or anything. It's just I've set it up to where we just make such great memories here with the boys and it's cozy. And I like that's my priority in our home is clean-ish, cozy. And so I think that is like a huge just a
Yeah.
huge thing, especially as someone that didn't always used to feel that way. And, I get to wake up every day and create my own schedule. That is so rich. Like I know a lot of people wish that they would be able to do that. And so that is something that I'm thankful for, like have gratitude for like every single day. And that's a huge part of me being rich and my dream life is creating my schedule and being able to be there for all the boys' stuff at school, being able to take them to dentist appointments. We have one of those this week, and like that's huge. That's rich.
Yeah. Aren't you planning to go chaperone a field trip too coming up?
Now we've got a field trip coming up in like 2 weeks, and then this week they at Pierce's school they're making little gingerbread houses for Christmas. Like it's just all these fun things that I get to do that some people just aren't able to do, and so and they're not the trip was like not cheap either. So being able to afford like that as well. I know that's monetary, but part of being a rich life like is having sometimes the money to be able to do things that create those memories. So,
Yeah. Being able to say yes for certain things.
uh,
I love that. I know what you're saying. Like being able to like say I want to go home is such like a nice feeling because I remember like there was points in my life where I didn't want to go home. I was like, how can I stay out of my house as long as possible? So like just being like, I just want to go home is like such like a good feeling.
yeah, agree, agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, you
Oh,
want to go next?
sure. Okay, so my next one has is like the holidays and the laughter, like the love around the table, like just like I feel like that's such a rich life, like creating those memories like around the table. Like I feel like I think we talked about this in the last episode, but like I always think about like food and like just like eating and like all those things and like it's always like just such good memories. Like I don't think anyone can be unhappy unless your food is like really that bad or like the service is really that bad. Like maybe there's some times where like but just creating that, love around that table is such a like a rich moment. And then another one that I have like kind of I guess kind of goes together, but talking about the joy of children, like taking care of other people's children is and like seeing their smiles, watching them grow up, like I don't know, the pure laughter I get. Like, I don't know, I was talking to my boyfriend about my sit the other day, and I was telling him how I was just playing this game and I was being like super silly, and the child started mimicking what I was doing. And I just like went home and I just felt so fulfilled. Like, it just that pure richness of like being able to create these memories. And again, I say this all the time, but I don't care if these children even remember my name. Like, I just want them to know that they felt love and they felt fulfillment in that moment too.
Yeah, that truly is so like so your calling. Like my children talk about Ashley all the time. And Claire, like I know we talk all the time, but it's not like our kids are sitting here in our and my kids are sitting here in our conversations. Like they know who you are. They've seen you many times. It's not like you're here every day or anything. You know what I mean? But they still talk about you and Matt. So I feel like it's truly like such your calling. And I had a similar so, I mean, Christmas is and Hanukkah are coming up. So I just automatically did think about traditions. We are very much experienced people. Glenn and I love experiences. Like we love going and doing things together as a family. It doesn't have to be expensive. Like living a rich life could be planning on, okay, how many different like Christmas lights can we go see? We could see them, in Mount Dora, which is like 45 minutes away. We can go see them in Altamont, which is like 20 minutes away from us. Like there's different experiences like that, and those are free. I guess you need gas to get there, but like there's free experiences that we can be doing, and we love doing stuff like that. We love baking cookies. Like we, right now, my husband has the air mattress out in our living room, blown up, and they're out there playing games on a Friday night. Like we love just creating just really fun experiences even at home. It could even be movie night. Like I'll be like, okay, Glenn, or we'll play cards. But that's not something we do all the time. So when we do it, it's like a fun experience. Like it's, I don't know. we love that. Our love language is both quality time, which works out really well because we just love doing stuff. And but also along with that, making sure that I have enough downtime for myself is really important. So today was like a super chill day, and that's all part of living a rich life, like making sure that you're taking care of yourself. And what do you actually need? Maybe you don't even know. I know that going on walks is so important for my like mental health, and that's part of living a rich life is like taking care of yourself. But that's something that you have to prioritize, you know? So I like did some journaling and went on a walk. And so sometimes after a week, of seeing a lot of people, which is what I did this week, I just need that like downtime. But just creating those little cozy experiences is something that we love to do. And I feel like that's a rich life.
I love that. Like you get so many memories out of it. Just like listening you talk about it, like you could hear your pure joy and like those memories.
Yeah, it's fun.
It is fun.
Love, love.
I miss like I guess like we create these experiences here too in like Colorado. Like we'll go walk around different places. But I definitely like miss like even just like walking around Disney. And even though I pay for like my annual pass and stuff, like I don't know, like it's just like you said, like just finding things that you don't always have to like pay out of pocket for. That's
Yeah.
how I was like brought up too. Like, yes, gas costs money, but my parent, like I say like my family's thing was like, let's go for a ride. Like, let's just go for a ride.
Yeah. Like you talk about going to farmers markets and stuff there. I love doing them. That's like another love language of mine. Just like wandering around farmers markets. I don't
Yeah.
even have to buy anything.
I
Just like,
love farmers markets. Like, I feel like I'm such like an older, like, from the older generations, but I'm like, I just want to go to the farmers market, have a picnic, like, go for a walk, go look at stores. Like, we don't need to buy anything. Like, go schmy. That's what we call it. Just
yeah,
go look. Like, I literally, Matt knows I get such pure enjoyment out of like just going to schmy. Like, I'm like, I just get to go look. Like,
yeah.
I don't need
Just
it.
wander. I know. And there's just so many free things you could do too. And it's easier with kids too, like go to the park. You could do a game night at home, like they're doing game night out there right now, but it could just be a board game. Like it could just be coloring. We put on Christmas music and we were coloring the other day. Like that's an experience that you create, at your house. And the boys love doing stuff like that. And I loved doing that when I was little. So, you know,
I
just
love that.
like that's so rich being able to do all of that.
I love that. Okay, my next one is like trips filled with like laughter and deep conversation that like touch your soul. Like I think like that's a rich life. Like I don't know, like I've gone on so many trips with friends and like I've gotten to do so many things and like just like having those like deep conversations. Like, another example is like I did that staycation with Jackie and like that was so fun. Like just creating those memories. Like, yes, we pay for this hotel and like right, but like what we did on the staycation was all pretty much free. We really got to enjoy each other's company and we got to like have these like really deep conversations. And I think like that is something that like I always think about is like being rich is like having those experiences. And like I might not still be friends with a lot of these people or talk to these people, but literally deep down, I'm like, I feel so rich that I get to talk about this experience I had with this person. And I feel so rich that I got to experience these things. Like I got to live in Israel, got to work there for 10 months. Like, I got to experience the whole other culture. Like, yes, again, some of these things do cost money. I'm going to say that over and over again. But like going to that free kibbutz party or going to like having a party at our house or like just going for a walk, like just things like that in Israel was different. And then like working in a theme park, like that's a rich life to me. Like I got experience that some people will never get to experience. And maybe that's not what people's desires are to work at a theme park, but like for me, that was like everything and like wasn't all sugar and candy all the time. There was some sour to it, but like looking back on it, like I really got to experience something that was fulfilling for me. And just like working, attending concerts, like I still talk about the festivals I went to. Like I went to Okeechobee, I went to Firefly, like I got to go all these festivals, all these concerts. I've seen like I'm really into rap music. And so I've seen like a lot of rap music, like lot of rappers. And some of these rappers I've seen that are like very unknown or like they were just like becoming popular. They were just like openers, like it's cool too because like I was looking at my memories on Facebook the other day and it was like going to Mac Miller concert. Like I was just like, oh my God, I remember that. Like I went with my friend, my other friend, and like I don't know, it's just like things like that. Like these experiences that I get to talk about. Like I feel rich. Like I was actually texting Jackie about this the other day, but I was babysitting and the person I was babysitting for, she was really into princesses. And I was showing her like the princesses I've met at Disney. And I texted Jackie afterwards. I was like, I just feel so rich, like that I got to experience like all these meet and greets. Like I got to do all these things.
I don't think I realized that you liked rap. I mean, I like everything, but I don't know. That's a good one. We love concerts. Have you ever taken the love language test?
Yeah.
Is it quality time? Is that your love
So
language?
that and like affirmations.
Okay. I was like, you can tell that ours is quality time because we love just doing all the things with all the people. And I feel like most people wouldn't expect that from me. It's like a little rabbit hole here, but or tangent, I guess. But
Yeah.
most people I don't think would expect that from me because I'm an introvert and like my social battery gets drained pretty quick. But it doesn't make sense, but that's what it is, quality time. Like I love being around people and like the deep conversation, like having quality time, like quality conversation and quality experiences that could cost money or don't have to cost money, it doesn't matter. But kind of going off of that, I it like kind of correlates, but not really. But this was just one of the things that I just wrote down as like a point I wanted to talk about is I used to really have like like my external validation, someone affirmations, right? Telling me that I am doing a great job was like huge to me. And granted, it's great to like have someone tell you that you're doing a great job. We all need that as humans. But I used to have very little like internal validation. And something that I've been working on for at least like the past 3 years is having more of that internal validation, like telling myself that I'm doing a good job, not needing like everyone to be like, good job, Jackie, you're doing great, Jackie. It's great to have that, like I said, but being fulfilled just because I'm like, Jackie, you're doing a freaking amazing job. Like you're crushing being a mom today, or like you took that time to go on that walk and I'm so proud of you. Like telling myself that, like being able to like love yourself in that way. I mean, that's free and it's huge and it takes time to get there and I'm not perfect at it at all, but that is a huge part of my rich life at the moment because it's something that I'm really, really, really working on is being able to validate myself and like love myself. So,
So important too. I feel like giving yourself the self-care you need, like it's truly like a mindset and like to have that rich mindset, like it's like I don't know, we talk about this a lot, but like you can go to the gym to work out, but like you need to work out your mind too. And it's like the same like endorphins almost like you get almost in a way that like once you work out your mind and you get to a point where like you're doing the things for yourself, like it's such a rich feeling. Like you're like, I don't it doesn't matter what someone else says. It doesn't matter what our people are thinking. It doesn't matter what the world around me is doing. Like I'm satisfied where I am.
yeah. Yeah. And it's hard to get there. I think a lot of people, I think a lot of people are working on that. I don't think anyone's perfect at that. But when you can realize that it's something that you need to work on or that realize like how to work on it, I guess, and how to kind of dig deeper, it it like opens up so much and it puts you like on the path, I guess,
Yeah.
towards the goal. So yeah, I
I
feel like
love
that
that.
kind of ties in with what we're going to talk about next.
I was gonna say, yeah. So my next one is being like quiet and simple times, like sitting with my notebook and like journaling, just like sipping coffee, like I don't know, finding like peace in the morning. Like I love a slow morning. Like I think like having a slow morning, drinking my coffee, like actually following my self-care routine is just like such a rich moment. And sometimes it's not a quiet morning like that. Like sometimes Matt is next to me and we're just like watching TV, but like still like I don't know, like sometimes we don't even talk. And like it's just feeling so rich and fulfilled that like I can sit here with my partner, the love of my life, and like we don't even need to talk. Or like I said, when I'm by myself, like sit here and feel fulfilled through just like having a slow morning. Like I don't know, these like those little things are rich to me. Like I don't know, like I think like growing up was always hectic mornings. And so like finally getting to this point in life where like I could have a quiet morning. It's not all the time, right? Schedules change, things change, but like when I get to have these moments, I'm just like, yes. And like, I don't know, like little things too, like having a self-care bath, like love a good self-care bath. Like I love reading in the bathtub and just like having a nice little bath and like I don't know, I get like in the mood. Like I put on the bubbles and like I have like a little light for the bathtub, but like things like that just feel make me feel so rich that I get to do that, like take care of myself in those ways.
The whole experience.
Yes.
I think I first heard the word romanticizing your life maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. And ever since I heard it, I was like, that is what I want to do with like everything in my life. And so that's kind of when I started thinking about the little things, the little like mundane things that we do and how to make them more exciting. Like, how exciting is laundry? I don't know, but I now will bring my laundry like in the room here and put on like a show that I want to watch. Because most of the time out there, it's all kids stuff. Like it's all the stuff that the kids are watching. And so I'll like put on, or I'll put on music or whatever I want, like I want to listen to. And it's like my own little experience time where I do what I want to do while I'm folding the laundry. Same thing while I'm doing dishes. Sometimes I'll put like a movie on my iPad and like sit it on the counter while I'm doing all the dishes. Just like make it more fun and not just be like, oh, doing dishes again, like, and it's kind of the same with my walks. I try to go on walks by myself because sometimes it's my only alone time that I get. But it's just like romanticizing and making those little mundane things more exciting. Like that makes your life feel so much richer, so much more fulfilling, so much more exciting. And then you're not just waiting, for the next trip or the next vacation. I think we're always waiting for the next thing, and it's great to have something to look forward to. But what if you could feel that excitement every single day? Like
Yeah.
every single day and not just, the week before you go on a vacation. Like, what if you could feel that same excitement all the time? Because most of the time, it's the anticipation of what you're going to be doing that is exciting. It's almost more exciting than the trip, the anticipation of going on it, right? So it's like, what if you could just like figure out what makes, and for me, it's the coffee, making the coffee and the journaling, my little nighttime routine, like reading. Those are the things that I love to do, but everyone's got to figure out what it's going to be for them, but making it more exciting to do the mundane things. So
I like to reward myself with a sweet treat sometimes. I'm already thinking about it. Like, I'm gonna do my dishes. I'm first gonna have pie, and then I'm gonna do my dishes. Sometimes I have the treat before, you know.
you got to treat yourself.
It's a sale.
It's funny. A lot of people will use it as, I mean, yeah, I feel like I have to have it after because otherwise I might not do the thing.
I tell myself if I have this pie, like it's like anything. Like anytime I like, so if like I decide to have like, and I think it's so bad that we like live in the system where it's like reward, like you have to reward yourself to do stuff, and like that's something like I try not to do with children, but then like I feel like our mindsets are already prone that way. Like it's like that like animalness that we have in us. But like if I tell myself like I'm gonna eat like have a treat or something, I have to like give myself a schedule. So like it's like 7 o'clock. I'm gonna be like, all right, I have till 7:10 to eat my pie, and then I have to start my dishes. No excuses.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, something that I wrote down goes ex with exactly what you said. I wrote down for the romanticizing and like the self-care, whatever, all that stuff. I wrote, this time is required, not earned. Because it's so true what you just said. Like, we think that we need to like earn the time, and you don't need to earn time to do things that you want to do. That's something that I'm really working on, honestly. I'm not perfect at it. The whole mom guilt of like doing things that I want to do just because I want to do it, like reading. It doesn't clean the house. It doesn't help anyone else out. All it does is make me happy. And I don't need to earn that time by doing the laundry or doing the dishes to be able to sit and read. Like I just get to do that because I'm worthy of sitting and doing it. I'm working on it. I'm working on the mindset right now because
I think
sometimes I feel guilty.
I think it's like the same thing as like instead of saying like it's your to-do list, like it's your get to do list. Like these are things I get to do. Like this is a privilege that I'm able to do these things. And like sometimes they're like something so simple. Like I had on my to-do list or like my get to do list the other day was like find my Apple Watch charger. Like how lucky am I that I have an Apple Watch that I can charge? Like, and I know it's just like a simple task, but like I had to find this Apple Watch charger, you know?
You're so funny.
Technically, I said find the dino because my Apple Watch charger is a little dino. It's super cute.
I want to get one of the chargers where you could charge all your things together.
I
I
I
want
thought about that, but then if you know my habits with charging my phone, I literally just never charge my phone. It's usually in airplane mode and it dies most of the time. So I have like this rule. No, it's like I do it on purpose. So like, okay, so like I think it's because I grew up in like the Jewish religion. Like we don't really like have a phone on Sabbath. Like we don't really use our phones a lot. So like I got to this like mindset where like if my phone dies, that's fine. It is what it is. Like it's my fault. It died. Right. But it gives me time to focus on whatever the moment is. Like, and it's the same thing if I lose something. Like, I feel like when people lose stuff, like I know I used to be this way. Like, I would panic. I'm like, oh my God, where's that thing? No, it's my fault. I lost it. Like I wasn't taking care of my stuff. Like it is what it is. Like, you know, and I think that's just like how my mindset became like evolved over time. Like my phone dies, it is what it is. I did it to myself. Lost something, I did it to myself. I remember one time I went on a trip, I lost one shoe. One shoe. There's two shoes. I lost one shoe. But I did to myself. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't being mindful enough.
Yeah. I lose my phone a lot, and my phone's always on silent, so I never know where it is. It's fine. I eventually find it.
It's
Yeah.
fine. Okay, so my next one, I feel like this is like our end of our, we have a few more left, but so mine is like, I think I talked a little bit about this earlier, but like I see as like a rich life is like goodbye, like having gratitude and goodbyes and like farewell. Like, um, I don't know, like even though like people aren't in my life anymore, like things like the relationship we had, like what it was, like the conversations we had, the times, the moments, the memories, like, you know, even people that passed away, like I feel so rich that I got to experience that with them, that I was able to be part of their story at some point and they were part of my story at some point. Like I just feel so rich that like, you know, like, and that's the thing too, is I think people see sometimes like, I don't know, I still get salty about certain things, like people I'm not friends with. Like I'm just like, why did you do me that way? Right. But at the end of the day, like even if I can be salty, like I'm so grateful that like they helped me with XYZ. I got to be there for XYZ for them. You know, we got to experience XYZ. We had this deep conversation that changed my life, whatever it is. We went to a festival together. We went to a concert. Like whatever it is, like I'm so grateful that I had these moments with these people. Like that is a rich life is like just really having that mindset that people are in your life for a reason and really enjoying what that moment and that thing is. And like, I don't know, and just like that is like important to me. Like really seeing like the value in what a relationship is, even if it's not just there anymore. And then I think also like just learning to embrace myself. Like I know I'm not perfect. I know I might have been the issue of why we're not friends anymore or like whatever it is, right? That and I have room to grow. And knowing that I have room to grow is such a rich mindset because I'm never going to just be the same person like who I was 5 years ago. Yeah, some of those qualities still, like I talked to my friend from high school the other day and like she knows me, right? But she knows those deep qualities, right? But I've grown so much. And I was talking to her and I was telling her how proud I was because I can tell how much she grew as a person. And I think that's just being rich too, is like having that mindset that we don't have to be just like this flat character. Like we can be static, we can be revolving, turning into like whoever we want to be.
Like this is giving me a lot of insight into why you are like so sunshine. Because there's a lot of like healing and forgiveness in exactly what you just said. And a lot of people can't get through that. They're like, "Oh, this person like not in my life anymore." And they think about all the negative things, but there's things that that person brought to your life that might have been positive, even if it's really hard to see, or people that they brought to your life or experiences they brought to your life, or and it's really hard for a lot of people to get past that, the negative, all the negative stuff, and see any of the positive. And the fact that you're able to do that is really huge, and that's why you're just so happy all the time.
I think it's just like I think like it's something like I've just always believed too, like people are in your life for a reason. Like I something we're taught in the Jewish religion. I know I go a lot back to the Jewish religion, but like you have to realize like I went to Jewish day school my entire life until high school. Like this is where I was taught the basics. And we were always taught that everyone has a mission in this world. Like whatever your mission is, you might not know it, but you have to be grateful for every challenge, everything that's thrown your way. You have to accept it because you'll never get to where your mission is. So I feel the same like way with friendships and people that passed away. Like, their mission might be over. Their mission might have been over with me, right? But they had a part of my mission, whatever my mission is, and I was a part of their mission and whatever their mission is.
Yeah, I feel like it can really hold you back in life too, and not let you move forward when you're holding on to all of that. You're not forgiving and just like letting go. And it doesn't mean to be friends with them or, whatever. You can forgive someone, let go, and still have that boundary where like you're still not allowed in my life, but like I forgive and let go because it's for you, right? Forgiveness is always for you. It's not really for them. It's so that you can let go and like move along. So that was really deep. That was really good.
I don't know, like I was like Matt, like me and Matt were talking about this other day. I was like, I'm still salty about like this one friendship, and like it comes up a lot me and Matt talk. Like we posted like a big announcement the other day, and a lot of that person's friends were still like were liking my post and all these things. And I was like telling Matt, I was like, I think it's funny that like all their friends, like the friends still like all my stuff and see all my stuff, but that person actually physically blocked me from all social media. And he's like, but why does this bug you? And I was just like, it's the fact is like I don't, maybe it's not, maybe it's just like what was the point of that? Like you're clearly talking about this with your friends still. Like your friends are telling you what's going on. Like, why did we have to get to this level where you felt so the necessary need to block me and to feel that like goodbye, dump you, leave you on the side of the street kind of feeling? And so yeah, like I will say like I'm not perfect. There's sometimes like where I just, I'm still like pondering why this happened, but like I think over time, like it does take time to get to the fact that like it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's And it's always it's typically something like going on in their life that they need to work through and maybe they don't want to work through it. And so it's going to hold them back from a lot of friendships because they don't want to work through it. So yeah, that's hard.
I love that.
What I was going to say next is kind of being content, kind of goes with what we were just talking about, but like being content with where we're at, because if you're not happy with what you have, it's hard to get more. But I think a lot of people are scared to want more. And like for me in a rich life, I want to be content with what I have and I love being at home, I love doing all the little mundane things and romanticizing my life, but I'm also making goals for more, for the future. And I know it can be really scary and it's something that I used to like never really make goals for myself because I was like, but what if I don't achieve them? Or, what if I can't get there? And that was always my mindset. And because we were in network marketing, like it really has pushed me. So yeah, something that I never did before is making dream boards. And that's something that we started doing when we were in network marketing. And it's something that I continued like even beyond that, just in my regular life and things that I don't know, just sound like the craziest goals. I still write them down because I'm like, maybe they can happen. I feel like our goals and we both have like faith, like we're big into faith, and so I just feel like even my dreams, like God has even bigger plans for me than even I can imagine. And so if I can think it, then I feel like it's something that even if it sounds crazy can still happen. And I feel like that's a huge part of me living a rich life is like loving what I have, but also reaching beyond because like God put me on this earth to do big things. It could put each of us on this earth. And it might not be this big thing that, I don't know, we all compare, right? So it's like, oh, well, they're doing this. I could never do that. Well, maybe that's not what you're meant to do. Maybe you're meant to do this. And so it's just figuring out like what makes you feel fulfilled and creating goals around that. It could just be, not just be, but it could be being a better mom, being a more patient mom. That's usually one of mine. Or it could be something monetarily related and like a goal that you've set for yourself. Or It could be, getting a workout in 3 days a week. Like it could be whatever your goals are, but I always try to just make them more. And that's a huge part of what our podcast is about, is helping like women want more. So, um, anyway, I love dream boards. Ashley is very into them as well,
No,
and I
I
haven't
feel
made
like
mine yet.
feel like we need to do one for next year together. I was into like I had a point in my life like I gotta get back into like really just doing the things that I love like that. But I was doing like a dream board every month and like I felt like every time I did one like for the month, like I was like getting like further in like whatever I was doing.
Yeah.
And I think too, like I have like a big dream board. So I have like a yearly dream board. I have like sometimes I'll have my monthly dream board, but then I have like my life dream board. And like things on my life dream board are like go on like multiple cruises. Like, is that gonna happen tomorrow? No, but like having that ability to dream, I love that. Like that is such a rich life because again, it's that mindset that you're open to more.
Yeah, it's something I've really had to work on to be able to do. I was not a dreamer. My husband totally is a dreamer. Just was not like that. And I had to really work my way and my confidence to be able to do that. Because I feel like some of it is like confidence based. And if you guys wanted us to like share our dream boards, if you're interested in that, let us know. Maybe we could create a little podcast and share some of that with you guys.
Maybe do a little vloggy.
Yeah. One of the last things that I had on there that's kind of related to what I was just saying is just being, because I mentioned like working out, is being able to move our bodies. We can, almost all of us listening to this can move our bodies, whether that's taking, some extra steps during your day, parking like further away and walking, just moving your body. Your body is such a gift. And if you don't use it, then we do lose functionality, and I just always, whenever I'm not wanting to do something, I think of my brother because he doesn't have the ability to walk or move his arms or do any of that stuff. And so I think of him and I'm like, David would love to be able to get up and walk. So let me go on a walk today or whatever it is. So, anyway, being able to move my body is a very rich, very free and very rich part of living life. And so if I can like give one thing to people to do more, it's use the rich body that you are given.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I feel like too, like, okay, so me and Matt were talking about this last night, but like he was saying like how he could just go to the gym, like it's just easy for him. Like, and he was saying like for me, like he's like we were, he was like saying for me, like I have to like do research first. Like that's how I am. Like I have to like watch videos, like build up that confidence. And I think like it doesn't matter like if you're the type of person like Matt is like willing just to get to the gym, like there's no excuses, or like you're me who has to like do all this research, like has to build up that confidence. It doesn't matter how you get there. Like you moving your body is such like a dream for a lot of people. Like, and I really love that you put that down as like a rich life.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll just be like, I'll turn on the microwave to warm something up and I'll just do some squats. Like it can be so simple. Like it doesn't have to be taking an hour or 30 minutes of a chunk of time because sometimes I don't have that. Sometimes I don't have that. And some people can't get to a gym. I personally don't go to the gym. I would prefer to work out at home. But I did hear this one girl, she's very fit now, but she said when she first started going to the gym, she literally would just try to be consistent about getting there. Sometimes she didn't even go in. Sometimes she went in and walked on the treadmill for like 5 minutes and left, but she just wanted that consistency. And it was just kind of a tangent, but like she just wanted that consistency of doing it. And for some of us, like the consistency of doing the laundry and watching the TV, or doing the dishes and watching something, or whatever, taking a walk or journaling, even if it's, I don't know what to journal, just starting that consistency of something that's going to make your life even more rich is
Yeah.
all it takes.
Being able to create habits, like it's hard, but it takes time. But like you said, you just have to have consistency. And
Yeah.
let me tell you, I'm not the most, I would love to be more consistent in things like that. So being able to like get to that point is like amazing.
Yeah. All right. Well, let us know in the comments what a rich life means to you, because I feel like people have so many other ideas of what, their life is and what's going on. And like so many more tips. And if we all shared with each other, we might be able to like take little things from each other and be like, wow, I could be doing that and, have a little bit more fulfillment or be doing that and have a little bit more joy. Um, so let us know.
Helping each other with each other's mindsets too. Like, you don't know what can someone can say to spark someone else's mind and put them in the place that they need to be.
Yeah, and we're trying to grow a little community here where we all kind of get to chat with each other and share ideas and all that stuff. So, before we wrap up, we just want to take a moment to say thank you for spending time with us. If you've been enjoying Hermit Haven and it's brought a little extra warmth or comfort to your day, we'd love it if you could take a second to leave us a 5-star review, especially if you're listening on the podcast, Apple Podcast or Spotify or wherever. It might seem small, but it's how more women just like you can find us and feel the same sense of connection and community. It really helps to bump us up in the algorithm. So if you could take a few seconds and go do that, we would really, really appreciate it.
We appreciate y'all and we love you all. Thanks for spending time with us this week. And we will see you next week because we are starting weekly episodes. So we will see you next week. We're so excited. If you have any topics you want to talk about, please message us, please comment. Like, we are open to anything. We love having these chats with you. And if, like we said, comment down below what you see as a rich life. And we're excited to read those comments and talk back with you and conversate. Well, love you.
Love you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for spending time with us today and being part of our Hermit Haven community.
We hope you enjoyed our cozy chat and are inspired to embrace your inner hermit.
Remember, even in the quiet moments, you're never alone on this journey because we are truly all in this together.
So until next time, stay cozy, stay true to yourself, and keep spreading love wherever you go.
Bye for now.
We'll see you next time.